even like Grove, really. I think it's oh man, I'm trying to remember. It's the James Bond movie with Roger Moore, and he like drives down a hill with his car and immediately like blows up. They spend like 5 minutes being like, this car is super badass. It's got machine guns in the hubs, rocket launcher,
Is that
ejector
the
seat.
white car, like the white
I think so. It's really,
Lotus or whatever the hell it was?
yeah, it's like white or beige. I forget. I
No, I
definitely
don't.
remember bad guys like driving into an olive grove or olive tree, and it just like knocks all the olives down, and then like I think there's another one that blows up. All right, heat haze is going to be important. To get at least a little back on topic. Kindling, can't kindle, which sucks. Kind of wish they
It's like
would.
you're making it hot as hell, but I can't kindle, and you're giving me like a billion things to kindle with. I mean, not that Olive Grove really
Yeah,
kindles that well.
I think it's just because it'd probably be too abusive. But come on. I have an artillery module, which I have to make sure to get the most use out of. Hopefully not double red, like, like the last
Yeah, it
time.
doesn't say, does it?
No, and if maybe if I was on a losing streak of scenarios, I'd be like, hey, can I get like a guaranteed first success? But yeah, so there's that. All buildings are stones, which we did, so good to know and remember. And that's pretty much it. I got reinforcements on turn three. That's and it's just a CVP VP race. So
Yeah. Where is your observer? I don't know that it necessarily matters, but I think you're supposed to put it on a specific place.
I don't believe I have to reveal them until he's first used.
Okay, no, I didn't know if there was like a counter or something. No,
Uh, there is, I believe, but I actually forget where it is. Offboard observer. There you go.
oh, well, nice.
So I'll put him once.
Yeah, no, no, I'm not concerned about it. It's just it was curious. I didn't know if it was something like I was very annoyed that I had to leave my artillery revealed.
Oh yeah. I don't. I was gonna say I don't know if the offboard technically reveals stuff.
It's because well, I mean, I can't hip it. That's the problem because where I'm going to put it, there's no concealment terrain.
Oh right, right, right.
I thought
Um,
about stuffing it into a building, and I was just like, no, I'm so tired of that.
speaking of, at this
Well,
point,
I couldn't do it anyway because it's it's not a small piece. It's like
oh right, size restriction.
yep.
Right, right. Yeah, I think at this point, you could conceal it because you're just so far away. I don't think there's. I think the
It is
concealment gain
very little
rules.
walking LMS. That's what's the interesting part.
No, but I think the because concealment you can gain it after a set distance. Um, oh, really? Not applicable? Not even if there's. That sucks. Okay, well, just remember to keep in mind that you'd most likely would have emplaced it, so you're to have the +2, I think, bonus. +2
Yes,
DRM.
it is in place until I move it for some reason.
Yeah,
But let's see, it's greater than 17. It's not in concealment terrain, so it's
yeah.
A
There's no.
or G.
I'm actually surprised that in place guns can't gain concealment, even if I guess like 17 is just not enough, but it's kind of crazy.
I'm honestly not sure what the point of the infinity is.
Infinity just means not in LS.
Huh,
It
okay.
it's kind of a it's thinking about it, it's like it's kind of a poor way to write it. You,
Yeah, I mean, particularly because I guess they're like, well, we've specified distances for the other two columns. We should probably do it for this one.
yeah, they're like, how do we just like say no LOS but short? So it's like infinity symbol, and then
Yeah,
they're
let's save those. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's gonna fire immediately anyway, so I'm not too worried about it.
Um, speaking of firing, because this came up in a other game, um, something that I'm sure we both neglected to think about for quite some time, uh, because this scenario is going to be the way it is, and there is a potential for something like, um, let's say your sniper activates, he goes here, and all my guys decide to like manage to get here for whatever reason, right? Um, it's important to keep in mind that you can simply leave the sniper where it lands, especially if it does not give you a benefit. If like you're just going back to the same unit and they're already broken, and we're not playing with the it reduces broken squad rule.
Okay, so just to make sure I'm clear, so even if the sniper activates, if I don't want to move it to where it, way back in the back, for example, I don't have to. I can leave it where it is and just
So
not get anything from it.
the how it works is and I'm just gonna do we'll use just use my weather roll as this, right? So I activated a sniper, I in this case actually, so let's say my sniper, we'll just put him over here, right? So he moves 1 3, so he goes up here. So the only target he could have is over in Z4. So if he goes into Z4, and then in the next turn, you activate the sniper again, but everybody else I have is say like where your green guys are, right?
Right? Yep, yep.
This sniper would never be able to move away from this pack, barring barring a crazy six and like an equidistant whatever. So what you would normally what you could do in this circumstance is, let's say the next time you roll, you get 6 3, so your sniper would go here. Instead of moving him back to this stack, you can just forego shooting and keep your sniper there.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, so you can leapfrog it forward a little bit, if you want.
Yeah, exactly. uh, oh, you that snipe it moves your sniper, that's weird.
Yeah,
uh
that's my sniper.
I think my sniper had to be there. One, two, three, four, five, six. No. One,
Do you
two,
have to be
three.
within six of somebody, something like
Two,
that?
three, four, five, six. So the rule is you have to be within 6 hexes of 6 different targets, 6 different stacks. If you can't do that, it has to be 5 hexes of 5 stacks or targets. And then if that can't be done, 4, then 3, then 2, and 1. And I think if that can't be achieved for whatever reason, which should be impossible, it's usually the your sniper can just set up wherever. Typically, if you're fighting a unit or a player where everybody comes off board, you just have free placement of your sniper.
Yeah. So I think I have to go there because that's going to give me at least four within four.
Yeah, like there's some leeway as to where you could put it. As long as you're 6 from this guy, you can, that would be 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you could be here, in M7, and you should be one, two, three,
It has to be
four,
in
five,
concealment terrain,
six.
doesn't it?
No, that's only within 4 hexes or 4 stacks. So maybe a K7, K8 is probably the furthest you can go before it starts getting weird on diagonals and all the stacks. But yeah, there's no requirement for sniper to be in a concealment hex. The only important part is a sniper cannot essentially start in the same location as enemy units. I forget if it's hex or location, but frankly, a map is never dense enough, I find, to justify putting it in the same hex. Also, it's like a really good way of just losing your sniper immediately. So, but yeah. Anyways, uh, we have no weather change. Um, I don't have any rally phase actions. In my prep fire phase, Let me. Oh wait, we didn't put a no. Um, other map custom phase wheel here. Um, set sides. That's what I wanted.
You want to get a turn marker too? I'm sorry, I completely blanked. I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
no worries, no worries. I wasn't thinking about it either, so fault is equally on me.
Did you
Um,
want to turn on heat haze? I think that it might actually help us with that.
oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna. That's a good idea. Um, turn marker there. That and uh, unless it like makes it totally garbage to look at, which
I
hopefully
don't think it was. It was actually very difficult to notice it. I think it's slightly yellower.
heat haze, yeah. Oh yeah, I bear. It's like the faintest tint.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, cool. So prep fire. I will do. What did I want to do? Well, I'm just gonna do my artillery just because I absolutely need it. Um, it's an off-board observer, so let me grab the nice little spreadsheet here that will just make artillery that much easier.
It's normal, right?
So off-board observer is radio contact. Is it? Wait. Performed by observer. Um, all right. Onboard. Where is offboard? I think offboard is automatic. I think that's what it is. Offboard observer. Specify all OBA LOS checks take place from that distance. Even though no radio is provided for the OBA module, all OBA procedures conducted normally, except that radio contact and maintenance are automatic. Cool. Um, so I don't have to worry about that. My off-board artillery observer is in A10, and he's going to try for R7. So he has contact. There's no spotting round. There's no FFE2. So because there's none, I need to do a chit draw. We will pray to somebody. All right. So no battery access. Love me. The start of bad
Burn
OBA.
Jesus does not like you.
I pissed somebody off at some point. Um, all right. Well, that makes that easy. I don't think I'm gonna bother shooting if that's the case. Not that I would have had um, OBA anyways. So movement. Boy, I'm gonna have a lot of movement. So bear with me. First off, one squad in Z9 is going to declare CX. They'll jump the hedge for 2,
Okay.
3,
Uh-huh.
4,
All right.
5, 6.
Okay.
A second squad will do mostly the same. So they'll just jump in Y9 for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And lastly, we'll have a third guy just get close. So 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Over near the top as well. 4, 5, 8 squad will also declare CX. So they're jumping for 2, 4, 6.
Okay.
Another squad doing the same thing. 2, 4, 6. The stack with the 7-0 leader is going to declare CX. So they're going to do 2, 4, 6, 8.
Now we see why they gave us 9.5 turns.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Olive Grove is 2 movement factors really is kind of that gives me the impetus to do this. And especially moving in like solo groups and whatever. Down at the bottom, CX group or CX1 squad in H4. They will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Okay.
We will do second squad. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, the other guys above individually 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And the last guy, CX is 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
Meanwhile, the stacks beginning with the 10-0, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
The next group, the 8-0, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the last bunch down there, we'll do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up here at Z10, one squad with LMG will go to Y10 for 1,
Okay.
2, 4.
Okay.
The next squad will do the same thing individually, and because this being one heck of a pain, 1, 2, 4, and then the leader will do mostly the same, and then continue to V10 for 6.
All right.
And lastly, the stack in Z. Oh, hmm? Sorry.
These guys will fire at the leader.
Okay, so that's 3 up 2, down 1, so up 3 up 1. Because I think olive grows only give a +1 overall for hindrance.
Um, yes.
Yeah. So that's what was it 8 on 3, so probably a miss.
Sorry, I'm just blanking here. Yeah, just barely miss.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of what am I thinking that only gave a +1 total?
Oh no, it's not. It's yeah, that's a big miss. I think it's +1 per hex. So
Yeah, but
1, 2. I don't think it gives you the bonus in the hex.
no, but it's the because it has a TM of +1.
Yeah.
Um, but so it's still it would have been a +2 instead of a +1. But uh, that's bugging me. What did I think of that had a +1? Oh, right. I think it's wait, was it from upper height or no? This is bugging me. I saw this somewhere. Where did I see this? No, I don't know. I have to double check at a later point. Okay, so their shot There's residual, but I'm not moving there anyways. So the last guys, Z6 will jump the hedge, or uh, yeah, hedge for 2, 4, 6, and it's not well thought out.
You know what? I was totally wrong. Um, hmm.
About
Sorry.
the
Before,
LOS being blocked and whatever.
yeah. So okay. So olive groves are +1 TEM. Movement costs are doubled,
Ooh.
and it's never out of season. So it's considered a one-level obstacle to any LOS two from a higher elevation. So wow, that really fucking sucks.
Well,
Because
do you want to? In that case, do you want to move your gun? Because like it, it would kind of ruin everything that the artillery could do.
I mean, basically, I could only fire at you on the edges of the orchard, I believe. Like I could fire here, for example, or you coming out like on this side, as
Mm.
long as I'm more than what, one hex. There's at least one blank hex row between. So I couldn't fire here, but this does not block over to here, that kind of thing.
Like there's definitely shenanigans for blind hexes and stuff. Like I said, if you wanna, I'll look away. And if you wanna move your artillery piece, I'm more than happy with it. Because honestly, like this is something that you would have known regardless. You would have, you wouldn't have put them in a bad spot deliberately.
Yeah, no, the problem is that they're like no good stuff now.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, no, no, I'm joking. Yes, I'm sure there are good spots. Give me just a second.
yeah. No worries. I'm gonna keep looking at like Olive Grove and stuff and see like where did I see. I saw this somewhere. I know for sure I saw this somewhere. This is so, oh man, this is gonna kill me. What if it's in the F rules, maybe? F-13-5. No, that's not it. Um, definitely wasn't. Oh, I know what it was. Oh my god, I'm a dork. Ugh. This is my OBA that I was thinking of. That's what it was. When my OBA shoots, technically the turn that it shoots, it's raising a lot of dust because all the explosions, or whatever, and that gives a maximum of +1 hindrance no matter what. But yeah, the Olive Grove being exactly like orchards, except just like has a +1 and doubled move is kind of makes it a lot harder to defend. But at the very least, like you get to move out of it, or move away from it.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's my own fault for cross-referencing the other three rules.
Well, let me know when you've done moving him.
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
All right, cool.
It means
uh
I can hip it actually because it can go in concealment terrain.
right, right. That was it for my movement. My tanks aren't coming on, so defensive fire. I should put artillery request on the board. Hmm.
Oh yeah, defensive fire. Sorry. So, just because I'm slightly confused now, so the hindrance means it gets a +1 DRM for every hex between fire and target, and then Olive Grove is weird because it also has a +1 TEM on top of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, for example, should I fire from Q7 to say M5, it's going to be +4 total because of the three intervening hexes and then the +1 for your
To
hex ring.
M5, yes. So yeah, so it'd be a +4 total.
Just as an example, I'm
Yeah.
not declaring that as fire. That was just a.
Damn it. But yes, it would be a +4.
Okay, then no, we're going to check our fire. Advance fire.
Um, yeah, you know what? We'll just go hog wild and we'll shoot these three guys and the W10 stack. I don't think there's intervening Olive Grove. No. So the front guys are four. So it's 8, 10. The rear guys is 10, 12, 14. The LNGs are half. So 16 firepower. That's halved to an 8. And a +4 because it's a stone building and CX. Pretty sure that does not do anything. So they're advanced. I don't have any other shots I want to take. So into route phase, no routes. You already know what's happening. Chat already knows what's happening. We're going in. We're going in. Let's take a CX off. Um, uh, those guys. Do this. Everybody is just gonna move one. That's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. This. Mm. We'll take off one of these CXs. And I think that's going to be it for advances. Sorry I didn't say them all. There's so many that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I figured it's obvious enough. There's no CC, unfortunately. So off to turn one, Phalange and Nationalist.
Weather.
Nope.
No change. I don't believe there are any rally actions for anybody.
Nope. No broken guns yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in this scenario, so there's a good shot.
Oh man. Okay, so spoilers if you haven't watched the last stream. I had a stack with an HMG and an MMG with one squad with like a 9 1 liter or whatever. Pretty efficient stack, right? 10 firepower hits to 10 minimum with all full firepower. First time I shoot him, 12 random selection doubles. So I lost I lost my main machine guns the first fucking turn, the first shot I had with them. I managed to somehow repair both 2 turns later. Immediately next turn, 12s doubles on my malfunctions. I think I'm good for malfunctions for a little bit. At least until my tanks come onto the field.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. All right. Prep fire. Yes. The unit in P8 is going to fire at the unit in N6.
Okay.
So that is going to be a 3-up-1.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing. Unit and the hero in Q7 will also fire at N6. I believe that's going to be an up 2. So it is a 4-up-2.
Just up one because the hero is a -1 DRM.
Okay. All right. So yeah, up 1. So 4-up-1. So nothing. Yes. Continuing my dice luck. Woo!
only 7s or above.
Everybody else will hold fire. Movement. I'm not going to remove concealment because I'm pretty sure these guys are not going to use it by anybody, but they should be for some reason.
Sure.
You're going to CX.
Oh yeah, there's no way I'm gonna
One,
ever see that. Yep.
two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, I figured the giant olive orchard here is
Yeah.
pretty much a blocker.
As soon as you get +6, that's it. You can't see past that. Wow, excuse me.
Assault move. Assault move. That's it. Defensive fire.
Right. That's not gonna be worthwhile. I'm going to try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure. Um, the stack in V10 is going to attempt to shoot at your guys in Q7. I'm not sure what the line of sight is going to be. Wait.
It's both hexes, so that's +2.
Uh, no, it just hits. Oh, right, right, right. But why? I'm curious as to why it's marking as blocked. But
It wasn't blocked for me. Where were you?
really,
Yeah, it showed
ah,
this green all the way for me.
that's been doing weird stuff.
Let me trace it again. Or you've got it locked. I can't do that.
Yeah, I feel like I had a coworker that said the same sort of thing, or I don't know what the heck I just said. I had my last opponent was saying the same thing, where like weirdly it's blocked, but the it's not talking
I
about.
mean, I'm not showing it as blocked anywhere. It shouldn't be. I mean, don't think it's recognizing that those aren't what they were probably woods on the original map. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so it touches both hexes. It's not a building, so it's a +4, down ones, +3, and uh, it's an 8 firepower shot, +3. All right, doubles, double. Oh. Well, that's one way to start. I don't have any other shots, anyways, so advanced fireface.
I have no advance fire
All right.
routes. I don't believe there are any
Nope.
advances. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, wait a sec. That's it. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
No close combat. Over to you, turn 2.
All right. Oh, I should have done. Whatever. It's not,
What?
nah, it's too late at this point. I should have reminded myself to do my artillery, but
Oh, yeah.
maybe I was just so worried, and my 12 on my IST is trying to warn me. I'm getting a red again. Um, weather, no change. Um, rally phase. I'll try to repair my gun. Hey,
Huzzah!
the dice gods.
Momentary
That's right.
jam.
A brief moment of respite.
What are they using now? They using some sort of wacky ass Russian machine gun? I don't even know.
Uh,
Spanish weirdness.
it's the pan loaded one. It's like the Degtyarev 27, I think, is what it is.
Oh yes, it's fun.
I
The
think
discus.
I think that's the one it's supposed to represent. The what do they call it? It like this the oh man, it's plays music. This it's not a stenographer. It's
The
like
typewriter? No, no.
it
That'd
might
be
be.
silly.
It's not typewriter. No, but it's anyways. Um, it's similar. All right. So
Or do you think it's a Hotchkiss?
no. It's not Hotchkiss. Um, all right. So artillery. I'm gonna try for artillery again. Automatic contact. We know the drill. They're targeting R7 again. They have line of sight. Not that that's really something to worry about right now. Um, so I don't have SR or FFE2, so I must do a chit draw. My chit draw will be black. All right, I got the
All right.
black chit. So it's black chit. Uh, there's no non OBA or naval OBA. God, on the map. So I can put a artillery request. I shall put an artillery request. Observer has LOS to the location. There are enemy units. They're not all unknown, so they're not all concealed. Um, the AR is not any pre-registered hex, and I want to put no because I won't have it. So um, so no, and I'm just gonna declare a spotting round, uh, and I will make an accuracy die check, which is a 1 dice. It is not accurate, so I will make an extent of error. It is 1 6, so 1 2 3 4 5 6. Ouch. Um, SR's the spotting round is in P7. All right, so that's it for the observer. I have any other prep fire? Not really. No, we'll just go straight into movement again. We'll just do. We'll just take off CXs. Uh, so these guys up here, V5 to U6 for 2, and T5 for 4.
Okay.
Um, the other squad V5 will go to V4 for 2, then
All right.
V3 for 3,
Okay.
and then U3 for 4.
Sounds good.
I'm pretty sure the other guys should not be vulnerable. Hopefully this doesn't bite me in the ass. This stack, we'll just do 2, 4, 6 into R7.
It's not open ground, so we don't get that modifier, but it is non-assault movement, so there's what, a net +1 on it? Or no, a
Uh,
net -1. It cancels the TEM basically, right?
so there's a -1 for just for like them moving, but it will be a plus depending on who's shooting. Most likely going to be a +3, and there's a +1
No, no,
TM.
no. I'm thinking like the movement itself is just going to cancel out whatever the TEM is because it's a +1. It's a +1 -1 situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hindrance. If you don't take hindrance into account, TM and movement factors, it's flat.
Okay. All right. Um. I kind of have to do it. These guys will open up and fire group
Uh,
or can't.
you
No,
might
they
want
have
to reconceal the 347. I don't think can. I think because they're phalange, and they've got the silly rule of they can't. Um, it's in the chart. Phalange can't deploy or form multi-location fire groups. They're
So I
lax.
don't have that chart, by the way.
Hmm?
You did not give me that chart.
Oh, it's the yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Let me see if I have the if I can just fish the copy real quick. This hard drive. There you go. Um, so basically, the phalange guys can't. Yeah, they.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So let's see. It's going to be 1.5, 3.5, up 2, I believe.
Uh, yes. It's like, it's like the game knows. It's like, nah, you don't support weapons. Get out of here.
All right. Yeah. No. No worries.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, uh no, they're not final fired. Okay, so that's it for that guy's movement. Um, these guys should be fine. I'm gonna move them after. The guy in open in U9 is gonna bypass for one, uh, two into S10,
Okay.
and then four into O10.
We'll fire at you just
Okay.
as I feel the need. So yeah, 3, 4, 7. It's gonna be 3 up 1.
It is cancels
Is
that
it?
out. Plus
Yeah, but it's gonna
minus.
cancel, so it's just
Yes,
a
plus one. Yep.
thing from 09. So yeah.
Man, what is this game so far with these dice? Um,
IFT average is 9.6.
yeah, I feel like I don't want to look because I feel like mine's gonna be similar. Um, okay, well, I'll just take CX. One of the squads, T9, will go T10 for two, uh,
Okay.
and then N9 for four.
All right.
Um, one, two, three. You know what? Why not? The other squad, T9, will go S10 for one,
Okay.
two,
All right.
three,
Well, I'm an idiot, so keep going.
four.
Okay.
Okay. The squad in N6 loses his CX. They'll go to O7 for one,
Okay.
and P7 for two.
We'll fire at him if that's all right.
Yep. So three down two. Oh, of course. I'm pretty sure that's dead.
1 on 3 is K1.
K1? Wow, I thought it'd be a KIA. Okay. So they're a half squad. They take a morale check, and they're fine. Wow.
Yeah, because they're elite. And your sniper.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'll just take. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. You.
Aren't you, asshole?
Yeah, honestly, there's something I don't know if it's my mouse that's broken, which like it is heavily used, so it might be, or something else. Of course. Extent, distance. I Yeah, nearest has to be B5. I think. I hold on. Let me double check. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. So you don't reveal them, not yet, anyways. Uh, you have to declare how many targets are like can be targeted. Um, you do random selection, and then I'm trusting the process. Whatever it hits is what breaks and drops concealment. Um, if it's a leader and it kills the leader, that has other ramifications, but we'll worry about that if it happens.
All right, there are 2 targets.
Okay. All right. So whoever the top guy was. Of course. Um, okay, so what that means also is if if it kills a SMC or a leader, I should say, it does force a morale check on whoever they were with. So
Just that hex or anybody that can see?
no, just that hex. Now if okay, so they're fine.
They're fine, but your sniper track.
Oh, that does do. I'm gonna double check because I just want to make sure that. Well, actually, you know what? I don't think it cares about that because it's a morale check in a phase. Okay, thank God. I was gonna be real mad if I activated. Okay, so they're good. They don't break or pin or anything. Movements. Oh, and just gonna put one there, so don't blunder in there. Um, One of my other 458s will go 2 into 06, 3 into 07, and then 4 into 08.
All right.
The last.
Well, wait a
Oh,
sec. Whoa,
sorry.
sorry. The hero and the squad in R7 will fire at them.
Okay. I don't think you clipped the wall either, so it's just a. So it's a
I
down
do not know.
3. Did I?
So it's going to be what, 4 down 3, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it's down 3. Because open ground, non assault, and then hero. Okay, well, thanks, game. Also, does heat haze only happen on doubles? Why does it keep reminding us? It, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm looking at other stuff. That's why. Okay, well, at the very least, that is 2. So I'm not messing with that anymore. Um, the remaining squad in N5 is going to do 4 to P6.
All right.
The last CX guy will lose his CX and he'll go to P5 for 4.
Okay.
And this is where we get a little crazy, and hopefully it does not bite me in the ass. We know it's going to. CX on the bottom stack.
We're looking for the olives.
They are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anybody that can shoot at them at the moment. So
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Last stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And then lastly, the guys in L10, V10 are
we've
going
got
to.
2 more guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I didn't take out the CX. I think it was just messing me. Um, so they're going to do 1 into U10 and then 3 into T9.
Okay.
And the last guys, the actual last guys, are going to move as a stack T7 for 2, 4 into S8, and then 6 into R8.
Okay.
And that is it for movement. Defensive fire. Oh, I need to give you 1 CP.
I have no defensive fire.
Right.
Advanced
Advancing
fire.
fire. I mean, I might as well do. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll do this. 447 in there. It's a BS shot. Doesn't get me anything. Oh, wait. Was there something about that? Now I'm trying to remember encircling rules. There was something about encirclement where it had to. Oh, possibly inflict an NMC. So if those guys had cowered, it's only 2 firepower, and it's a +3. 2, no. Damn. Okay. Well, that was a wasted shot. So I'm gonna do a fire group of 08, P7, and P6. So it's going to be 6, 8 firepower up 3. Pretty sure it's nothing. 10, no. So they don't do anything. No other shots. No routes. Advance. We'll just do top bottom. So guys in U3 go to T3. Guys in T5 go to S6. Thank you. R7 to Q7. Yeah, we'll just do that. R8 to Q9. T9 is going to stay where they are. R9 is going to go into the building. These guys are going to hop in here. These guys will stay there. We'll do this to keep the wall. And then my guys in the bottom are all going to advance 1. I think that's it. They don't want to move. No, no, no. Perfect. CC phase, there is a CC. We will have ambush. Your guys are lax, so there's a +1 just for being phalange, which is kind of dumb. I don't know why they get lax.
Oh, because the phalange were notoriously bad.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly like it's. Yeah, no, that's not a problem.
Of all the people to get it.
Yeah,
all right.
like the phalange are trash for multiple reasons, but
that's right. Nobody better defend these people in the chat. All right, so it's going to be 6 to 3, 2 to 1, no modifiers, nothing. That's not infiltrate. No.
I will attack the half squad.
Okay, 3 to 2.
And so,
oh no!
Dang it!
But it is a melee.
Yep.
And that's it for CC. Turn to Italians. Or nationalists. That's what I should have said. That's what I should have said.
No weather chain. I do have a rally action. I do not repair my machine gun. I don't believe there are any other rally actions.
No.
Prep fire. The stack in R7 is going to fire at the stack in R8.
Okay.
So that is going to be 8 up 2.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice. 7 should be a 1 MC. They'll pass, but sniper. 7 on 8's 1 MC, yeah? Yeah.
The stack in M6 will fire at the stack in Q7. It is going to be a 3.
Should be a +2 because you got a -1 leader.
Nope. Jesus Christ.
Why no?
It crosses Q6, Q7.
Oh, so there's the rule is, I think specifically, is that on when it's like split between 2, or when it's like this.
No. It's not. That's the thing. Like, yes, if it was down the hex side, then you only take the higher of the 2, but it's not. It's actually obliquely going through 06, and then it cuts the corner of 07, then it goes into P6, then it goes into Q7. So yeah, no, I would agree with you. Normally it would be, but it's actually going to be a +3 for the Oligroves, +4 for your range, down 1, so it's +3.
I feel like it has to be.
It can't be more than the range. That's the rule, but it's not in this case. It's exactly the range, which is 4.
Mm,
I know it's weird. It's just it's only when it passes like along a hex spine, basically, where it doesn't directly, it's literally going between the two hexes more or less, and that's when you pick the higher of the two. But since it's actually physically crossing
right, right.
the two hexes just because of the weird angle on it, that is what it is.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know
so
where
up
this
3,
sounds.
so that's going to be a 3 up 3.
By the way, 8 on 3. I
8 on 3, I
don't
think that's
think it's
nothing.
a no.
Oh, PTC.
It's like just
Oh,
optional.
nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Um, Ronnie Nagata. Sure, why not? All right,
Mm.
they're going to fire at the stack in Q9, which is going to be 3 up 3.
Yep.
Yep. Nothing there. Anybody else yet? No. Move and fade. These guys lose their CX.
Hmm. I still won't be able to see him, so
Yeah, no, I know.
don't worry about. Nothing to worry about.
1,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3,
Mm-hmm.
4. And the guys, whoops.
Yep. Looking away. I'm looking away.
Yeah, they did the same thing.
Okay.
Let's fire.
Right. Defensive fire. Hmm. We'll do oh, I should do my artillery first, I guess. So I'm going to maintain contact. Let's get the spreadsheet here. I wish to maintain contact.
SR is on the board.
Yeah, SR is on the board, so I get to go to the SR part.
Are you gonna cancel it?
Yeah, I want to move it. Um, so I can move it within 18 hexes. 1, 2,
I mean, that's
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hmm. Yeah, let's try. I'm gonna try and correct it to here. I'm just gonna convert it right away. So the attempt there. Oh, can you use the LOS tool? It's bugged out.
back for you now.
Nope. There we go.
No, okay.
So LOS observer, he is at level 3, which I hope I do it right. I think it's this. Yeah, level 3. So he sees it. Or sorry, I was pointing at the wrong hex. This is the hex I want. There, and I have to do it the other way. Sweet. Okay, so he still sees it, which is the important part. Um, like I said, I'm just gonna drop it and immediately convert it to FFE. Um, place the AR within 18 hexes of spawning round. I should have put an AR instead of SR or whatever. I do have LOS. There are enemies that are not viewable. I cannot see any of them, so I need to do a chit draw. It is red, so it will not see it. And it says access lost, which I'm surprised that's access lost. Uh, since it's an extra chit draw, I don't lose it permanently. But getting close to losing it.
Okay.
So that's it for Observer. I'm just gonna do a final fire just so I don't mess around with that. We'll do a 8 firepower shot against your guys in R7. It is 4 firepower against whatever's concealed, if it's a unit, anyways. So 8 up 3. Uh, that's my sniper, so I don't have to worry about it. 6 on 8 is 1 MC.
I'm just going to shuffle my units around here slightly so it's clear.
Oh yeah, yeah. I kind of figured like I don't.
Yeah.
I,
No.
I didn't want to keep track of what colors were what.
So everybody's fine morale wise.
Yep. All right. Shame for me, anyways. We'll do. Yeah, we'll do another 8 firepower shot. Q6 P6 against the same target in R7. So 8
How
up.
does this mean for encirclement?
It won't. I think someone. I had this discussion a while back, and it's like unless. So my interpretation is different, because I think otherwise it would be impossible to encircle. Um, so if we go encirclement, so it's top of the page. It's like the way that the arrows are, right? There's some people. The implication seems to be that like um, it's a more exact science than one might think. Um, I think it's a little annoying. I would have to honestly like go through it a couple more times, rereading it just to make sure. But
Well, I think
because if we look at the closest one would be example C, where there's a direct like hex line or hex side that it's coming from. So in this case, it'd be S8 R8, and then the other guys are kind of, if they were more off to the side, it's not, perfectly exact on the hex side. So in that instance, you have to cover, an extra bit. Um, in this case, I don't think it would fulfill that because it it does not have um, essentially the what am I looking for? It's not like an exact opposite. If I had a squad in S6 that also shot, or if I had guys in R5 that shot, that'd be a more decisive encirclement. But
Oh yeah, no. I'm so yeah. So the easiest way to think about it is so we're gonna use R8 as your base because that's the easiest because you're firing through. He
yeah,
fired through that hex side. So if you were firing through the R7 R6 hex side, that would count because that would be 3 hex vertices between. Yeah, three with exactly 3 target hex vertices between them and both counterclockwise. So you basically have to be opposite. Um, or
opposite or
if
surrounding essentially.
yeah, so either if you'd have to be firing through the S7 R7 hex side
Yeah,
as well as the Q7 R7 hex side. So you'd have to have a guy like over here firing in as well as this guy,
yeah,
to then get the encirclement that way. But yeah, no. The fire group, interestingly, basically all of the hex sides they're firing through count.
yeah.
So yeah, so it just barely misses it because you're not actually firing through that R6 or 7.
Yeah, and the other thing too, which I thought I never really knew slash like considered, is that you have to be able to inflict an NMC, and if memory serves me correctly, that also applies like DRM applies. So, um, a +3 building really makes it harder to apply that for units that aren't necessarily adjacent or that are firing in advanced fire. You can't just like you can't easily get the those uh, those free encirclements that one might assume. So
Yeah,
uh,
it's a little harder than otherwise, particularly at this point in time. But I have a feeling later on, when like everybody and their brothers got an LMG running around and
well,
whatnot, it's
we're gonna see some crazy stuff in Stalingrad whenever we get there. That's for sure. Um, and yeah, that's the end of my shots. I can't imagine shooting anybody else or anything else. So advanced fire phase.
Oh, that's right. It is my turn.
Yeah.
Sorry. Um, no advanced fire from me. Routes. There are none, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And advances. Can I do that or no?
You can no, you can go there for sure. I'm just trying to remember. I forget if a support weapon has to share the status uh, of its of the person who carries it.
I mean, honestly, I
But
don't care. It's
yeah,
fairly obvious, I would think, with the counter colors.
there's that, and I think it's funny to think like you're like hiding an ATR in like the back of your shirt or whatever as you're running.
Yeah, he's just got it, tucked down in there.
Like, oh, you're walking with a limp. It's like, yeah, got it in the war.
Okay, yeah, I think that's it for advances. Anybody else? Nah. CC, yes, we have some melee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attack the half squad.
Out of curiosity, is there a possibility for hand to hand? Not that I encourage it, but I don't think so. No, just the Legion. That sucks. Legion regulars. Yeah. So sorry, you were fighting 3-2 against the half squad.
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing a big ol' attack.
So I do not get you. You
6.
do,
Is
yes.
that?
You're 2-1, right? At least.
Yeah, I was just under. All right, I'll take it.
Alarm. I feel like there should be a Monty Python song about them.
It probably is.
They've got one for Finland, so.
It's probably the fish slapping theme.
And you know what? I'm sorry. You had sent that to me, the capabilities thing. I had just totally forgotten about it. So
Don't no worries, no worries. When we're going through like these packs and like especially and this isn't to like shit on LFT because I actually kind of like some of these scenarios. I think some of them might be a little bit too hard or whatever, but um, it's like once you start adding additional material in the form of like an extra PDF, like even if you were playing like face to face, it's like that's a page that you have to keep to the side and be like, all right, you got to cross reference a lot. So
oh yeah. That reminds me? Did was it Critical Hit that you were trying to get in touch with?
yes,
Did they get back to you? Sorry to
they
interrupt.
yeah, they did get back to me and they were like, yeah, so you didn't buy it from us, and also like we kind of plan to have the maps eventually maybe go out on Vassal, but we make no promises, and like we're not even gonna say if it's like our own guy that makes them or if it's just like relying on the good grace of the community. And they were like, but here's access to the forums because I'd complain. I was like, hey, like I've waited a week, don't have access to the forums. And they were like, by the way, check us out, check out our Friday mailer because that's when like that's like when we announce specials and stuff. And it's like they have a special, a magazine or whatever that came out, and it's like 30% off. It's like I see how you get return business because nobody wants to pay like full price. So once you drop by a magnificent 30%, it's like, yeah, okay. Some people can be convinced a little faster or easier than others.
I got to be honest. That is for me personally, that's one of the most frustrating things about wargaming in general. I mean, I think the ASL community is they're both better and worse about it than other war games. But if I'm an independent war game company, I'm gonna go digital like 100% of the time. Like the costs of putting together a physical product are so bad.
Hmm.
Like particularly now with COVID, even the after effects of COVID and all that stuff. It's just like, I mean, I there's at least one game that I kickstarted that has been like 2 years, and it's been 6 months sitting in, like, 6 to 8 months just getting the print from
Right.
China kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I
It reminds me of like Guns of the Warlord or Pistols of the Warlord or whatever, where it's like I kickstarted that in like 2019. I'm getting my book tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I mean, at this day and age, I mean, yes, I know the appeal of the physical product, particularly for ASL, because everybody loves the maps and boards, and it's a big chunk of it. Like,
Hmm.
you have physical copies of this stuff, right? Or you've
Oh yeah,
seen
yeah,
it?
yeah. Near a lot of I don't know what like the divide would be, but um, the only the only times I like deliberately get a something digital is just because like getting the physical product would be so hard or it's just impossible. Um, the ASL Scenario Archive is a good example of this, where they have a bunch of old packs, like packs that you honestly cannot find anywhere unless I add a markup, and they sell them available online. And to me, like that's an awesome way of doing business because you have less overhead. You're not paying as much for printing and whatever. And if you want to do a print run, then you do a print run. Like there's nothing saying you can't do an initial print run. Once that runs out, it runs out. You go digital only. You're done, right? Um,
Yeah, no, and do most of these third-party products do, like, I know Multiman does the like high quality super mounted map boards and all the rest of that
hmm.
shenanigans. Um, the third-party guys don't do that, right? They're just doing straight, like, maybe cardstock maps. What do they do to them?
Well, mounted boards don't really exist anymore. They're all kind of cardstock these days. ASL, like MMP dropped that. I want to say when I think the conversion was when the starter kits first came out, which I think is 2007. If I have that wrong, it's just because I don't know why I have that date in my
I
head.
The only module I bought from them is Beyond Valor, and I'll be honest, I think I cracked it once when I got it down, and then just kind of set it aside. I'm like, ooh, that's neat.
um, but some third parties will do a lot better in terms of their production qualities, and it also there is a caveat of what you're trying to represent. So, for example, there's a group, Advancing Fire, Italian group. Um, I haven't obviously delved into their product all that much, unfortunately, not yet, anyways. But um, they do offer. They have like a Prokhorovka set, and they have Italians in the North African campaign, and it's like a legit campaign with a strategic layer. Some of those maps are so big that companies will opt for not a cloth, but definitely more of a paper, um, like a not cardstock, more malleable paper. And so because of that, you have more rubbing issues and whatever, but you typically play those on those maps less. So some third parties do a really good job with their packaging, with their counter production. For all the crap that I could theoretically give to Critical Hit, they do produce counters, and their counters, as far as I care, are not half bad. I'm not gonna say they're great just because I haven't seen the wealth of counters they've ever made, but I've never been disappointed, and frankly, that's saying something when you could easily cheap out on that. Um, but yeah, like there are third party companies out there that will really do a good job with maps, and the ones that don't, frankly, they'll just use the 200 plus maps that already exist anyways. Many of them which are very popular or are owned by a majority. So.
Yeah, no, no, that's what I figured. I at this point, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a real minority, and like I almost prefer the digital stuff. Like, yes, there is
Mm.
something to the feel for seeing these things set up physically, but just from a sheer convenience and ability to play multiple games and the rest of it, digital has just come such leaps and bounds since I remember starting it.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're talking like my wargaming group when I was younger, like we were doing full blown World in Flames with all the expansions kind of thing. Like,
Right, right.
we had the room that was dedicated to it. So I get the appeal for the physical stuff, but these days I'm just like, you know what? I don't have the time to deal with it. I have cats; they love to eat the pieces. I mean, I had one of my cats when I was younger destroyed my copy of Fire in the East because the Russian pieces were the same color as its food, so it chewed up the entire Eastern Front, trying to eat all of the pieces.
Right, right.
I mean, that was
An exercise in discovery.
well, it was like I had it. We spent 4 hours setting the damn thing up. I came down the next morning, and every single
Oh,
piece is like gnawed on and knocked around, and it was just like we kind of looked at it and went, you know.
and thus the preference for dogs was born.
Well, dogs have their own thing, but yeah. For those who don't know, Fire in the East is, I will charitably call it operational scale.
Mm,
Eastern Front, like 16 kilometers to the hex, company, no, not company, like regimental size,
right.
roughly for Eastern Front. So you can imagine. I mean, we're talking literally a couple thousand pieces
Yeah, yeah,
overall. It's an enormous game.
yeah. I like
It's
how I like how before you clarified, I was like, oh yeah, that game, and then you clarified, I was like, oh, it's not Fire in the Lake. That's completely
no,
different
no,
thing.
no. Fire in the Lake is that's coin. That's
Yeah,
apparently quite good. I hear good things about them, though I've never played them myself. But yeah, no, Fire in the East was old school GDW back in the day. It's
right, right.
who's at Europa these days? I'm the hell is Europa nowadays? Somebody's got it. But they're all dying. All of these sons of bitches are dying.
Right, right.
So anyway, I'm sorry. Yes,
Oh, no worries, no worries.
registration there. CC's done, I think. Yeah, no.
Yes.
So over to you.
All right.
And if you
Weather.
don't mind if we call it after this turn.
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, I was gonna, for some reason, I was gonna ask you the same thing. The kind of got a little bit longer day tomorrow. So, all right. So weather, no change. Rally. You've got, I think, your program at LMG to fix. All right.
It's still broken.
All right. Prep fire. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my artillery once again. Same thing. I do have line of sight. Um, so I gotta check my chart once more. Yeah, there's too many PDFs open.
Where are you going?
So I am trying to deliver a tasty artillery request there.
All
Um,
right.
so
Here's
there's no spotting round. There's no FFE2, so I have to do a chip draw. Yeah, we'll see if I get another dreaded red. All right,
Oh,
no.
black.
Um,
No naval artillery on board.
correct. So I place an AR. I do have LOS to it as last time. There are enemy units, but I cannot see them, so I have to do an extra chit draw. It's black. Cool. So it goes ahead. I didn't declare to.
It's not a pre-registered hex, right?
Correct. So accuracy will play a factor. Do I wish to declare FFE2 or FFE1? No, because there's
And then do your accuracy debt, right?
there's no way it's going to work. So place SR, sorry, accuracy. It's not accurate. We'll just use that die roll as the drift. So spotting run goes there. Cool. So that's it for artillery. Once
What
more.
is the blast type, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
2 levels, 2 or 3 levels. It's I think it's different from smoking the smoke round or spotting round. I think is different from the
Two
FFE.
levels higher than base level of hex.
Yeah, and like later on, you just need to see the height of the blast, which makes it less makes it a little bit more forgiving if you don't have LOS to like
Yeah, no,
where dump
I've
to.
been
So.
doing the OBA checklist kind of
Oh
as
right.
you're going through it, and I just it asked that question for the previous thing, the OBA
Yeah,
flowchart
the
tool.
the OBA flowchart module is so good. The only thing that sucks about it is it doesn't remember your position. So if you're not using the charts from the rule book, you'll sometimes like you'll go back and forth, and it'll reset. So you have to do like all the prior options to get back to where you were. It's the only
Yeah, no.
it's the only reason that module is not like the best thing to add to your festival. Um, so yeah. Anyways, so that's in place. It's prep fire. I will prep fire you 4 firepower up 3. Um, yeah, 8 firepower against the unconcealed guys. 4 firepower against the guys that are concealed. That's a big fat nothing. Um, do I have any other shots? I still don't think I do. No, I don't think I do. So into movement phase. I guess we'll just do mostly top to bottom. Top guy in T3 declares CX, goes S3 for 2,
Okay.
R3 for 4,
Alright.
and I'm gonna risk it Q4 for 5,
Okay.
P3 for 6.
Sounds good.
All right. The guy in S6 will also declare CX. He's gonna be a little bit more tame. Go R6 for 2, Q6 for 4, P5 for 6. What do I want to do with this guy? I could do the stack 7-0.
Hold on. Wait,
Oh,
sorry.
no worries.
I'm calculating in my head, or out loud, as the case may be.
Yeah, L5 would be a down 1 shot. Yeah, +1, -1 for non-assault and TEM, and then leader is down 1.
Yep, we'll do that. So that's going to be a 3 down 1.
Okay. 7 Penteshek. They are not pinned. Sorry. In my head, they were 4 7s. And that's 1. Yeah, 1 was it. Cool.
Not that I was thinking you were going to be moving in there, but okay.
Hey, you never know. That's 1 more hex I can't answer.
Yep.
Okay, well that guy shots. The stack up to 7-0. They're not CXing. They'll go P7 for 2.
Okay.
08 for 4. N8 for 5.
Hold on 1 second, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries.
If I remember correctly, Heat A's only affects over 11, right? Or over 13?
I think isn't it 6? Or is it actually... Right, if you're shooting infantry, it's 13 or more, and vehicles is 25 or more. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot my... Son of a...
Go ahead and set them up and bring them in.
Yeah. As soon I was like, oh, it is turn 3. Yeah, they kind of... We'll just do...
I just set them up, and then you can move them at some point. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a... The whole fun of this is the vehicles, damn it.
Well, presumably. I'm curious. Is Olive Grove a bog hex? Probably.
No, it is not.
Really? Orchards aren't bog hexes?
It is not bog hex.
Huh.
Wire is, but not.
Yeah. Yeah, really. That's crazy.
You know what? Sure, I don't give a shit at this point. We will unhip.
Okay. You had a hit gun? Oh, gotcha. That's
clear shot there.
Yep.
Range is 11.
Range is 11. Are you using red numbers to hit or black numbers to hit?
I honestly don't know. Hold on a sec.
Because it's the difference between a 7 or a 6, basically.
What is the guiding difference here?
SCWOOB. I I know it says it somewhere. Wait, it doesn't? Huh?
What's the bar over top of the 105?
I believe it's that it's HE only. It should be in C.
Yeah, I'll look at
It's like C2 or one of the other ones. Special ammo. No, it's C. Fuck, which one is it?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me look at the counters.
I've done this before. Oh, right. C4. Gun and ammo.
Cannot fire AP.
Yeah.
C221.
221? Oh, God.
2.21.
Yeah, of course.
It's
Yeah.
under gun caliber size because that makes sense.
Yeah, there's some I forget last time. But yeah, if it's above, it's HE only. If it's below, it's AP only.
Yeah, so it's HE. Yeah, that's a good question. Is it?
Yeah, I didn't see anything that says you use red numbers, so presumably, like British counters used for national LBS do not prevent them from cowering, depending on the date depicted. Legionnaires, blah, Axis minor counters. So unless it's meant to also imply Axis minor rules for guns, yeah, it doesn't. It's not specific about it, which is surprising considering all the other text they have. Support weapons. British LMG has different stuff. MMGs.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I'm assuming it's black.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it being black numbers. Don't think it's. I don't think it's the end of the world if anything were to happen. Um, so it's a 7. Non-assault movement. Open ground. I don't. Do you thread the needle completely, or is there? No, I think you have to have some hindrance from like
Do I?
I8.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, because you're in the hex, right, of I8.
Oh yes, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No, it goes through. Yeah, I yes. So yeah, so
So
there's.
there's a it nullifies open ground. It's still not assault. There's a +1, so it's a flat. It's a flat number. There's what else?
So it is infantry. We're at 7 to 12 range, so it is going to be a 7.
I think that's it.
8.
I think it's a straight 7. I think it should be flat. In my opinion, it's a flat.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think you get a +1. So
That's it.
It is a hit. 105 millimeters is hefty.
21.
21. Oof.
And if I remember correctly, this is just a straight IFT.
Yeah, no modifications afterwards.
Ooh, 4.
4 K
21. K4. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, 1, 2, 3. Leader is casualty reduced. I think he takes a wound check. Let me see here. I think he takes a wound check if he's casualty reduced. Yeah, wounds any. Okay, so wound check. He's just wounded, which I mean I will take for sure. Which means he's a 6+1. I gotta try and remember that. And now the 2 squads will take a 4 up MC. One of them passes, and the other breaks. And my ELR is 4. Wow. Okay, so he doesn't ELR, so he's just broken. It's kind of impressive. All right. Okay, so that's effectively going to end their movement because the leader can't go any further. One guy's broken, yada yada. Hmm. Yeah. The guys in Q6 will normal move into R6 for 2.
This is a pickle. Yeah, sure. We will fire at them. So it is going to be 4 up 3, I believe. No, 4.
So it's up 3 for building, down 1 for non-assault, down 1 for hero. So +1.
1. Yeah, 4. Good thing I wasn't using my ATR.
Well, it wouldn't break, so you're still good.
I
Um, okay, so it'll continue for 4 into R7.
mean, sure, we got to do it. So it's going to be 4.
Should be the same thing, still up 1 for. Oh my god, of course.
Whee! Hello, close combat.
Well, at least there's residual. Yeah, we will do the half squad in P8 is going to move to Q9 for 1,
Okay.
2,
Mm-hmm.
3 into S9,
Okay.
and 4 into T8.
Okay. Okay.
One, the squad in P8 will, you know what? They'll declare CX. Declare CX. They'll go to Q9 for 1,
Okay.
2,
Uh-huh.
3,
Uh-huh.
4,
Yep.
5, 6.
Sounds good.
Guy in O10, we'll have him declare CX. He'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where can this guy go? Yeah, guy in O9 is just going to do P9 for 1, Q10 for 2, R9 for 3, and then S9 for 4.
All right.
Gonna have my 4, 5, 8 and P6 is gonna declare CX 1, 2, 3, 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that is not desirable. The 8 down 1 leader and his stack are going to move together. We will do.
Here's a question. Sorry.
Yep.
Does the artillery leave residual?
Yes. Yeah, you would leave, half. Obviously, unfortunately for the IIFT, they don't like to have the other numbers. Like a 10 of all the numbers that exist, a 10 should definitely be one of those that exists as a residual. But unfortunately, no counters are ever made for it.
So it drops to 8, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So those guys will not declare CX. They'll go to Q8 for 2.
I don't think I have anybody that can see you. So yeah.
Yeah, 4 and then 6.
Okay.
Could do that, I guess. Kind of risky. Thanks. These guys will move as a stack. Might as well. 1, 2, 3, 5. As much as I don't really want to do that, they're gonna do that. My CX guys, they're all gonna lose CX. First group, 2, 4, 6. Same things for the other guys, 2, 4, 6. And third group, 2, 4, 6. Now,
Don't get your vehicles now.
Yeah, I know. And I was gonna say, like, surely you can't have anybody in that building, right? There's no way that the AT gun or whatever is gonna be in there of all fucking places
And where?
in Y1. I,
Oh,
I don't think you could set up the AT gun there, but
no, I can't. Unfortunately, DD and back.
I'm having the shakes from the last scenario. I'm just like, no, hip units where?
If I was feeling saucy, I'm gonna put one of the Phalange. No, I can even put the Phalange guys in there. Yeah, no, that house just gets to hang out empty.
Um, so my guys are obviously starting in motion. They're gonna be CE, and I'm just gonna move one. They're not gonna be turning, so at the end they'll just face one behind the other. So platoon movement 1, 2, 3, or sorry, they're CE, which means they get the road rate, and I believe you get road rate even if you're platoon.
I think so, but go ahead and I'll look it up while you're.
Okay. So half, one, 1.5, two, 2.5, three, 3.5, four, 4.5, five, 5.5, six, 6.5, seven, 7.5, eight. Yeah, they'll spend 8 to get here, and then immediately button up. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, and in motion. 12 motion. Same's kind of mostly going to apply for the bottom guys. So they're all CE. I'm just going to label the first guy. So half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5. I'm going to have to start doing stuff here. So 6.5. What's the button up? Control B. So 6.5, 7, 8, 9, turn for 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12. Perfect. That's it for movement. Unless there's any.
So, as far as I can tell, yes, you do.
Okay.
The only exceptions are graveyards, buttoned up snow, or in convoy. Which
Right. Yeah, and I kind of assume that even if one unit on the road would get road rate, if another unit does not use the road, obviously they're not going to get cheaper movement.
You're paying the higher.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So defensive fire.
We none.
Okay. Advanced phase. Yeah, we're obviously gonna try and encircle your guys since that's kind of the only thing I can really do. So, oh wait, yes, no, I can do that. So the 248 and the 447, 6 firepower up 3. They won't do anything, but they could have caused.
Yep. I know you don't
And
have
then,
to.
yeah.
No need to belabor.
They will cower, so that won't get them anything, and your sniper.
God.
Or.
Aha!
Uh-oh. Could that have. I think if they cower, they wouldn't have been able to. It's unfortunate.
2 and 3.
One of my
there,
tank.
so
My tank.
Your tank.
Yeah. Which means.
It stuns the crew.
Yep. So they are stunned. And I think the automatic. Yeah, the automatic. But yeah.
You don't have any wacky like automatic recall, right?
Not for that tank, no. Or at least I'm pretty sure they don't have anything. Yeah, just CS3, no radio. But stun does make it a little bit worse for him, so.
No, then I think the others can move on, but he'll have to make a task check to.
Well,
No,
so thankfully they're done with their movement this turn.
Yeah,
But
no, I meant next turn.
so he'll recover. He gets a +1. He just gets a
just gets
permanent +1 now. If you look at the back,
Ah, gotcha.
which honestly, like, is not considering the 2 hit rolls or whatever that have to be made. That's not bad at all. I don't think I have anything. I'm just gonna out of uh, fun, I guess we'll call it, the squads only, and the leader will assist. So it's a 4 firepower against you guys in the building. I just kind of want to see if I have LOS, which apparently I do. So 4 up 2, no, but important to note. Not that that's really gonna come in handy because I'm just gonna CC anyways.
I was gonna say you're you're very obviously gonna be angry guys. So.
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to say I hate heroes, but when you see them, you're kind of like, I need to kill. I may need to kill these guys.
No routing yet.
Not true. You did whack some guys.
Oh, right. I had forgotten.
So they can't make it to the 2 nearest ones, obviously controlled by you. They can't get here, so
T9.
So T9 would be their destination. Now because of the injured leader, they're just gonna go essentially 1 hex back, and someday my mouse will stop being annoying. So they will just route 1. There we go, finally. So they're just gonna route 1 to there and be safe, or at least marginally. Advances. P3 into O3. P5 into O6. We will do those guys there. Not the rest of the stack. These guys further there. The guys who were shot at by the artillery piece will move up to the wall.
Do I get to move the?
If they're still in LOS, yeah.
I think they are because I think the wall doesn't count.
Well, yeah, the wall offers some protection, but does not. It will not block LOS to there essentially. So there's that. Tanks can't move. We are going to do this because I absolutely need to. CX guy will move from T6 to U7. Half squad. We'll go to U8. Why not? U9 to V8. V9 to W9. P8 to Q8, just in case, I guess. And then everybody in the bottom group. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna check the setups real quick. NV, cool. You can V and Y. All right. And then these guys. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. That's kind of better.
Yeah, no. For our perspective, it's the DDD hex column to the left, and it is between L and C, I believe, on the north map, and V
right, yeah.
N on the bottom map.
Yeah. Look, I'm not saying I'm paranoid or distraught over the last time, but I may be paranoid and distraught over the last
Phalange is a speed bump.
All right, so there's only 1 CC after advance phase. We will do our rolls. You'll get a +1 to ambush for being lax. I don't get anything, I don't think. Even with my elite guy, I don't think I get anything. No. Okay, so no ambush. Yeah, I kind of figured those guys are fake. So it's a 3-1 for my guys. Although, technically, so I learned this actually recently. I think it was last session. So technically, you can choose for your SMC to not be part of a defending group. Like I have to, as the attacker, I have to declare all my attacks first, and then you then declare your defensives. But the way that it's that I read it in the rules is that like because this SMC is at the end and like because you're declaring your defenses, um, my ratio is technically 4-1, and if you add your hero to it, then you know it's a 3-1, but also it means that like you could technically fight without him or like you know try to withdraw type stuff. So there's some funkiness that can be done with SMCs.
Yeah, but I'm insane. So yes, we're gonna fight all together. So yeah, the hero will join in with the squad, and we will attack your elite 458.
Okay, so you'll get a -1, and I got whatever. So CC, yeah, okay. At least there's that. And
Gotcha.
yeah, okay, you get them for sure. All right, well earned. A hero I think is not worth any points. I have to double check. I'm fairly confident they aren't worth points. Where's CVP? Victory points. Each squad, LC.
He's a leader, right?
Squad.
Heroes
No.
with 1 VP, but only for exit VP purposes and seaboard evacuation. Wow, that's super
Yeah.
specific.
Right, and like it kind of. So every time I've ever read that, I'm like, I need to play a seaborne evacuation, and I think there's only like 3 or 4 scenarios that takes place. I could be wrong, but it's very little no matter what. So essentially, yeah, he doesn't count for VP purposes. So
Yeah.
I don't get anything from it. And I rolled a colored 1. 3-1 is 8. Yeah. So the ATR is destroyed. I don't get to keep it.
I'm sorry.
And that's it. So we wanted to end it here.
Only I had some bad Italian tanks for you to shoot with it.
Oh my god, no! I'm terrified of flamethrower tank hits. My god. All right.
Do you mind if we call it there?
Yeah. I was just I'm saving it right now. FT-25.
I'll start with the weather and all that stuff next.
Sure. Yeah. End part 1. Oh, perfect. Cool. Well, this one's definitely turning out. I'm actually. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised you stuck out in the buildings. I I really expected you to take maybe a shot with each group, and then just start pulling back. I don't. I guess like because the movement involved is just like so much, um, and like how certain things were placed. I think there was a chance to kind of get away, not necessarily for free, but with less.
Yeah,
risk.
no, I'm going to attempt it, but I don't know. I always have that problem where I stick like one turn too long and then
Yeah.
it's too late. So yeah.
Honestly, it's a really hard skill to learn for ASL.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, it's phalange. I've won all those dudes anyway, so you'll pardon me if I take a Jack Ratty here. And,
All right, cool. Yeah, so
it's. I don't understand how you could get a historical result out of this.
what is the historical result out of curiosity?
The historical result is that the phalange like bloodied the shit out of them, and it took them forever to actually capture the village. So yeah, it's very weird.
Past the cemetery eastward.
Certainly better die rolling than I have. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, for sure that like rolling. I mean, how many 9s, 10s, and 11s was it? Like the fact that we both broke LNGs to start with. Um, we've hampered the advance with the armored support. The Reds managed to overcome the defenders and achieve their objective by so many losses. Yeah, that's kind of weird too because I guess it kind of implies that like the tanks would come later. or that like there's something else that that should come into play. That's it. It's definitely strange.
I mean, I was a little confused because it seemed like from the description, like that the fight was going to be over the village, but it really isn't.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, I guess we're going to find out. I suspect I've set up way too far forward, and I should have pulled back into the village and made you come at me. But yeah,
Honest,
I don't know.
honestly, I don't think it's necessarily the case. There might be some argument about maybe the trenches could have been set back and just have a bunch of concealed guys in the olive groves. Um, but honestly, like I don't think it's necessarily a bad decision. Any of the setups you've done.
Yeah, no, we'll see. I mean, it's always. I was kind of looking at it, going, man, there really is like zippy defensive lines. And I was very thrilled to be able to use my 105 across the length of the board, but that got shot down. So you know, I'll have to save that for later, I guess, when we get into the steppe fighting in Ukraine.
Honestly, had you still had it up there, like if we'd both, if the way we read it was actually correct, I was gonna drop artillery on you as soon as possible.
No, I mean, I figured it was going to be a couple turns, and then you know, so yeah, no, but it would have been fun, like dropping some giant HE rounds way downfield, you know, just for the grins.
Well, as long as you could hit them, because at a certain point, fours, you need fours consistently. Fours and threes.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is.
That's where you start doing.
Given your luck, you would have drawn, you know, red right off the bat. So
I basically did. Um, but yeah, I guess at a certain, I've never actually really considered it, but I guess at a certain point, area fire really does make up for the distance, and I never really thought about it that way. It's actually good that we had this conversation.
yeah, no, I mean it's interesting. I keep looking at these scenarios, going, I want to play this, but like in a different scenario with a better map. Like, like no offense, the maps are pretty and all that, but like something that actually represents the terrain. Like, I don't know if you read this, but it's like there's a cemetery mentioned. There's no
Oh
cemetery on the board.
yeah.
It says they were supposed to come into the village from the east. Here they're coming in from the west. It's like they've flipped everything. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's interesting how they chose to kind of implement this.
Was it advance along past the cemetery, turn eastwards in the village and mop it up? Well, I guess maybe they mean like turning it eastwards in the village. Like you attack from the north.
I mean, the village is up on the it's on the like the southwestern corner as we're looking at it, right? So if you come down this road, you're coming in from the west. You're taking a turn to the west. So I guess you're coming into the village from the east, I guess technically. But again, no cemetery. Like, and I know there's cemeteries out there. I'm sure there is. There a cemetery overlay? I'm sure there is.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm playing the other scenario is one that has a cemetery, so it's kind of yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. Maybe it's just the way that you'd only get a couple hexes of cemetery or something, or
Yeah, no, I'm just it's just it's like I say, I'd like to do something with a different system and a different map.
yeah. It just kind of sticks out a little bit more when like they try for accuracy and it's just not quite there.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's ASL. That's all I can say. It's like, you know, it's Chinatown, Jake. It's ASL.
Well, I'll tell you what. Once I get my Prokhorovka, which is supposed to come in like tomorrow or sometime this week at the very least, I'll send you an image of at least one of the scenarios, and you'll get to marvel at like the giant maps that Advancing Fire made.
Like 4x4 or something like that. So
It's
16.
it's like 100 hexes deep or something. It's like it's crazy, and like you bet your ass that you're going from one end of the board to the other, and like mortars where it's like the maximum range is written like 382. It's like you bet you're getting you're getting to that 82, my friend.
The full use out of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that stuff too. Though I kind of want to say, I feel like that's breaking the scale of ASL a little bit. I know it doesn't have definitive scale, but come on.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Like how many units are you manipulating on a side? Like 30 or 40? 50, 60? Like what are we talking?
Let me see here.
Ballpark it.
There's a couple. Well, I don't know offhand just because I haven't looked at any of the scenarios, but I will check on this scenario archive. Prokorovka. Um, I'll just pick a random one. 52.6 hours. That's on the little bit on the higher end, middle high. 48 squads versus 20 squads. There are 76 AFVs apparently. Uh, sorry, there are 76 AFVs for the attacker, 30 of which are T70s. Another 26 are T34 M43s. Defenders get 12. 7 of them are Stug 3Gs. Got another 5 Martyrs. And while the attacker gets 2 guns, the defender has 14. So uh, you're shooting a lot. And even though the viewers cannot see this, I will send you the map.
I am at that point. I'm like, can we recruit like 2 more people and like team play it?
Oh, trust me, there will be times where the call will go out to viewers, um, and hopefully people will want to participate. Uh, just like, even as like a ballpark idea, it would be like you either split the tanks, so one person gets half of the force, the other person gets the other half, regardless of like where you guys come in or whatever. You can you'd bounce ideas off each other, that sort of thing. Um, there's I've done it in the past where played a rather large scenario. One person had all the infantry, the other person had all the vehicles. So you also had that like kind of breakdown in communication of I need to get my tanks up or I want to protect my assets. Whereas like the infantry is like we need cover, like we need armored assault type idea. Um, so you can have like interesting dynamics that way. Same thing for defenders, like you'll control the guns on this side of the hill versus the other one, and so on.
Yeah, no. I mean, it brings a whole nother level. I mean, like I say, I feel like at that point you're probably a little bit before that point. To be honest, you're really pushing ASL's engine. Like I feel like that's chugging up the hill.
It's if anything, it's you're pushing the limits of patience that people will put up with, simply because you have so many units moving, and this is a problem we'll come across in Stalingrad for sure, especially and some other campaigns. And again, the hope is like will be to get people that wish to play as well, or that can pitch in, because you know if almost 3 turns of this took us 2 hours, you can imagine how like double that, and if you're doing a lot more shooting and a lot more results than we are, it will take a long time to get through even one scenario. So um,
Yeah, no, I we did have a digression. I apologize for that.
yeah, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling at that point we're going to be very machine-like. I mean, that's going to be it's what are we in 36 still?
We're 37 for this pack, but there is a lot of back and forth. And when this pack is done, I think there's a couple scenarios in 38. We will regress back to 36. Thankfully, there's not that many. I think of the ones that have not been played.
I mean, hopefully you'll be done with the or you're already done with the Eritrea stuff, right?
Oh yes, yeah. There's no more Italian versus Ethiopian. That's all done. There's 13 scenarios in 1936. Technically, it's probably about half of that, just because a lot of it is critical hit, and there's some doubles. Like for example, there's a scenario Mourir à Madrid, which is one we're currently playing in the other sessions. I technically have 3 versions that exist out there in the wild. I only have one, and it appears to be the worst one, just how it's written. But it's not 13. It's 13 down to 11. There's a lot of other doubles, so it's more like 6. And then 1937 has quite a bit, but we'll get into
How many China Japan? I'm guessing that's where that is. China Japan, maybe a
yeah.
little Russia Japan thrown in there.
So
Essentially,
it's going to be kind of straight Spanish versus Spanish until about start July 1937, and then we jump into a much wider number of scenario packs. There's going to be official MMP stuff. There's going to be third party from LFT. There's going to be third party from Bounding Fire, which is another stellar company. One, it has to be said. Um, and just some knickknacks every once in a while. Starter kit scenarios start to show up. So there's going to be a lot of Japanese, Chinese, a little bit of Spanish versus Spanish. Russians will come in for a bit, like a hot minute. We get some kind of alternate history Czechoslovakian versus German, which is going to be interesting. Um, back to
Oh, some the Czechs resist kind of thing.
kinda, yeah, or like if there was like a small scale, I think at least one of those scenarios I think is based on like some clashes, but there's no like outright hostilities. Um, uh, we get to some more Russian, Japanese, Spanish, and then Poland starts, and it's like that's when things get crazy for Germany versus Poland. That's gonna take a bit.
Yeah, no, I was kind of curious how much a case white was going to be covered, whether it was kind of scant like it is for the rest of the wargaming world, or if they actually did a fair number of them.
There's a lot. Bounding Fire has an entire pack, an entire campaign style pack that is, I want to say, something like 32 scenarios. Maybe it might be 26 or something. Might be less than I'm thinking of. But is specifically all about Poland. There's at least one campaign game I know that was created mostly online for the Polish versus Germans, and a lot of people kind of maybe not cut their teeth necessarily on the opening stages of the conflict, but definitely there's a lot of representation, and that's also another thing to mention too for anybody who's still listening. A lot of that also translates to Russian versus Poland, which is something that is very rarely explored. There's not, to my knowledge, there's not a lot of combats that took place. Not a lot of notable ones, but the fact that that it exists is actually really nice. Um, and then after that, it's Winter War. So
Well, that will be fun. All right,
yeah,
man. I'm gonna take off here. And
sounds good.
I will, see you next week.
That's right. Have a good one. All right, everybody. As always, thank you for watching. For those who are still listening, those who are curious, as stated earlier, I am technically always on the lookout for people who wish to participate, um, preferably live while we're doing these streams. Not to say that this is to boot out anybody like Hypnobeard or Rootin' Putin, more for once we get to larger scenarios. It will be very much appreciated if more people see these videos and participate because, as mentioned, the scenarios will take a very long amount of time, and it's just basically to cut down on certain things. So we aren't there yet. There's quite a ways to go before we get to our first campaign, which, if memory serves me correctly, will be Poland versus Germany. So a long time from now, but there will be things in the meantime that will have its fair share or of large unit counts. I think there's one in the near future. Mourir à Madrid is very big in and of itself. We got a couple other monsters. I think another one from the Nor'easter pack, where it's very comparable to the scenario I'm playing with Root and Putin. And further down, there's a 52 to 67 sized scenario from a contest pack. So that one again, I think that one's split into two or three sides, two or three factions per side. So as before, anybody who wishes to participate, just mention it in chat. drop a comment on the videos, find me in Discord. I should probably put up a notice at some point. And if you're listening to this still, you can find me on Discord. I think it should be. Why is that not displaying? Um, it should be. Oh, it's not because I'm on streamer mode. That's why. It should be Jabo underscore Fet number 0505. I think is my deets on Discord. So if you're interested, curious, whatever, send me a message. If you have rules questions or whatever, as always, um, feel free to drop me a line. If I don't know, then I can at least try to figure it out with you and hopefully make games better. So until Saturday, have a good one.